boy, was I not ready for it tonight. The everything was going fine. Sorry, I'm just opening things at the moment. Everything was going absolutely fine. It looks like we're holding bits now, but as soon as I started streaming, I couldn't get more than 1,000 kilobits. Just so you know, I need more than 6,000 to stream. And I've actually dropped 4,326 frames. That's why you haven't had the Patreon stream. I think I fixed it. No idea what it was. But I did get a pop-up regarding HP Smart. Something to do with my printer. Doing an update. So I don't know if that's been doing that in the background and just stole all the bandwidth. No idea whatsoever. Hello, Christian from Grantham.
Let's give it up big time. Hello, Christian from Grantham. Now let's get cracking.
I can have a relax while your jingle's going on because I've just been stressing the last 10 minutes. You're right, it was heat. Someone got it. I can't remember who got it first. If I'm blurred, refresh your browser or close me down and then come back in because I am streaming at 6,500 bits now. So should be good. So just reset your browser. Nigel, reset your browser. Close me down, get rid of me and then go back in. And then set your little cog to HD. But I'll just wait till things have sorted out. I'm not dropping any frames anymore and I am streaming. Very good. Oh, there you go. And Mrs. Wilder Wayne says we're okay. So, yeah, no idea apart from that what's happened. I don't think... I'm on the bud tonight. Yeah, Dan. I don't think we're going to get it finished tonight. There's so much to do. And Steve, I noticed during chat there, I did look ahead to see what you've done issue 47. If we get to that stage, I'll worry about that then. But I don't think we're going to get to that stage. We will see. You thought there was a DC3 there? I don't think so. Hey, guess what? Guess what I'm going to be doing, apparently? I'm building another DeLorean. I don't know when, but I'm going to be building another DeLorean. Hopefully, this one will be fixed and we won't have that problem there. But I don't even know if it's getting the... what's it called? The flux capacitor. I don't know if we're still able to get that through Model Mods, because I know some people have been waiting over a year for it, I believe. But I don't know. So not blurred now, well, we're all happy, so we can continue. Just before stream, I've just had to clean my hands with isopropyl alcohol. If you want to make your hands nice and rough and dry, just rinse them out with a bit of isopropyl, no problems at all. You're not going to be able to see this ever again, so I thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of what it looks like now, but obviously I'm doing the light block in the inside of the Enterprise refit, so at the moment it looks like this. Check that out. It's about to be painted white. You can see that over every peg in the middle is masked off, because apparently I'm not to get any paint on those pegs, so I've masked them all off. I'm going to give it loads of coats and then I'm going to paint it. I have made one little tiny cock up, and that is that on the edges where you've seen I've cut out, the cock-up I've made is I was meant to put a bit of masking tape over the little supports so light can get through the windows, and I forgot to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drill through. I'm going to use a drill. This drill that I've got, where are we? Stand by. That drill there. And I'm just going to poke holes into it to let light through. At the end of the day, the light's going to be filtered through the windows anyway, so you won't be able to see where it's coming from. But the way things are at the moment, you are going to see where there's a wall behind it, and I don't want that. So it looks like a paint can lid. There's so much masking tape on that, I'm telling you. I've also done a bead. You can't really see it in that picture, but perhaps on the left you can see a little bit of yellow. I've beaded around the very edge with masking tape. I don't want any paint there as well, because I am aiming to bond it with this stuff to make it a real strong bond. So I need clean surfaces. I don't want to have to get paint off and stuff like that. So going to have some fun with that. Your 5-year-old son has got Back to the Future on the brain. He's wanting to watch the films over and over again. I don't blame him, Paul. But I had the offer today, I had to say. So they said, do I want to build it? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, you got to remember when I first built the DeLorean, I only had one camera. And it's one of the first things I did. So I didn't know what I was doing back then. But yeah, it'll back in the future sometime. Yeah, I can keep jumping forwards and back. So at least I've got one for a reference here, haven't I? So what I've done is I've laid out some of the parts for the first few stages. And we'll continue from that. But I really, really will be shocked if we get it finished tonight. There's so much to do. But if I keep yabbering, we're never going to get it done. So I will try and look at chat. I'm going to try and bring up the chat screen now, because I actually closed it down when everything was going pear-shaped on the channel. Because I didn't know if that was causing it. So I'm just going back into YouTube Studio so I can see the chat. We've got 39 people in here at the moment and 20 likes, so hello everybody. How's it going? Today I was building the Rossi bike, just so you know, and I was meant to be doing the Porsche for the weekend, but I don't think I'm going to get time at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing issues 2 and 3, which I've got of the Batman Tumbler. I think that'll be a fun one to do. Were the phase makes really flat on the first filming model? Yes, they were, Robert. If you check it out, the little, you know, the little phaser heads weren't. They were domed, but yeah, it was completely flat. It's in my reference folder. If you click it, you'll be able to see. Okay, so this is where we're up to, and I've already done one thing again just to save time, and that is putting the cockpit into the metal base. This isn't attached in there or anything like that. This is just pushed in so that it's sitting nice and flush in there like that. But what we've got to do first is obviously bring the instructions up. That does help. Stand by. Uh-oh. Stand by. I'll just shut everything down. 1 second. This really isn't going right tonight, is it? I've lost... Oh, there it is. Right, okay. That's better. Right. Almost there. That's better. I want to be able to see chat while I'm doing it, you see. So, okay, I can now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be doing on this build is the brake air intake. And this is a really quick stage, this one. We've got these two parts of the intake that they want me to piece together. And as you can see, it's quite easy how they're going to go. We're just pushing them in like this. I say it's easy and I probably won't be able to do it. There we go. That's the intake done. Believe it or not, this is going to be a whole stage. You ready? Not a lot to do. I'm scrolling down. I'm going to be taking this air intake, and if you remember how we finished last time, we had the brake disc here, and this is going to go onto this. Now we've got 2 pins in there, and we have got a little sort of notch on one side, and that's going to perfectly match what we've got just there. Get it in the light so you can see it. So that is just going to go in this way, and hopefully push down. Everyone's happy. Pretty similar to what we've done before, actually. All we've got left to do is a gold section here that looks like this, which is the brake disc support, they're calling it, and it's just going to go into the 2 little holes that we've got there, which means when I've got it in, that's definitely going in there, isn't it? It's being very tight. Stand by. I don't want to get the I don't want to freak Dave out and get the hammer. That's one side in. And that's almost the other side. I might have to get the hammer, Dave. Doesn't want to go in that side. Oh no, we got it in. There you go. So that's nice and flush there. Okay, we have got that piece left over. Look, this is what I'm talking about, painting things. Look, I've got paint all over me. I apologise for that. So that's the end of that stage, believe it or not. So I'm going to leave that nice and gently there. And we're going to go and start doing the wishbone arms. Anyone else seen Lou Dalmassa's power loader build? Amazing usual. I haven't seen his updated video, Ed. I know he had a video out today, which was quite unusual. Lou don't normally get videos out today. All fun. What you been feeding Wayne? He's all over the shop. I am today. Oh no, I've got things ready today though, so that's good. Okay, so we're going to be starting on this wishbone first, and the first thing we're going to do is put the shock absorber inside. And once again, on this little part of the shock absorber, we've got a notch there. That's going to go into the notch on there, like that, and it's going to be held in with a screw. And it's a D screw, and once again, I've actually laid out all the screws already because I was trying to get ahead before the computer decided it was going to play down. I don't think it was a computer. I think it was the network. But if it drops again, you'll have to shout at me because I'm not looking at it at the moment. We look okay at the moment. So that's going in there and make that nice and tight. Excellent. So we've got the shock in. Everyone's happy. Okay, the other side of this is going to go onto what we've just created here, which is going to go onto this side just there. I do think I can get... Oh, look, that shouldn't have come apart. Hang on. Stand by. I think I can get this in a bit more. I'm not happy with how much this is going in. I'm taking it out. If you want a job doing right, you've got to use oil. Oh God, now that's falling out. Everything's falling out. Let's just take that out. Put that in. Put this in, which hopefully will go in now. I might have to glue it if I can't get this to fit flush. Oh, I think we've got it now. Put that in. Put this back over the top. This is going to be, why is it? I said Wednesday streams now seem to be, that's perfect. Now we're flat. Wednesdays now seem to be the Car Crash Tuesday streams. So holding it that way around, this is going to go on here like that, and that's going to be held in with a C-screw. C-screws, pretty similar. These are flanged. Let's get these out and put them somewhere. Whack it. I can't whack it, David. This isn't mine. I'm trying to be good. There we go. Get this screwed in nice and tight on this side. Okay, so we've got the wishbone in on this side now, just making sure that's all around. I don't like how this keeps coming apart here. I think I'm going to drop a bit of glue in here. I don't know why. I haven't had any of these pins break. Let's I will put a tiny bit of glue just on these pins here. There's no reason why that keeps breaking apart. I think they're just loose. Make sure I put these in the right way. Stand by. Got to get it in the hole. There we go. Just hold that for a second. You've recently started using DaVinci Resolve. Really, I tried DaVinci Resolve, you know, Pete, but I really didn't understand what I was doing. I tried, but yeah, I didn't have a clue. I think I'm gonna just put a drop of glue in here as well. Microscopic amount. But I don't like how that keeps coming away. I still have nightmares over that Ferrari Bilberg dish, you know. There we go. There, that's in. I don't think that's going to come out now. We're happy. Okay, so we've got that in where it's meant to be. What's next? It says take these. Trying to figure out which way it goes. I'm guessing it's that way and that way with a smaller end like that. Okay. And what are we doing with that? We're going to be turning this over this way. And I'm going to be having this, making sure it's around the right way. Mine looks different to the picture. Stand by, I'm trying to figure out the picture. It looks like it's going that way around, to be honest with you. I think it is that way around, so I'm going to put it this way around here. Go on the close-up camera, and again, C-screw to keep that into place. Not very good angles, I have to say. Doesn't really give a lot away of what you're screwing in here. Okay, let's get that one in. That's another wishbone in there. Okay, what's next? Looking patiently. We're going to be putting one of these lower arms into the hole just there. And that's going to be held in with a C-screw. I should know what I'm doing here because this is all, we've done this before, haven't we? Perfect. Not going too tight on those. And I'm just looking at their picture now. They've put a picture on the screen. I just want to make sure mine looks exactly like theirs. It does. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. I think we're happy. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So put that to one side. We're now swiftly moving on to stage 45, where we're going to be working on some more parts of the suspension. But this is where they wanted me to put this whole thing here into this metal frame, but not actually attach it. The next thing they want me to do is take what they're calling a sheath. That's an interesting name for it. We used to call something else a sheath back in my day at school. You don't hear that old-fashioned term used anymore, do you? I'm going to get these 3 leads into the sheath. So put them all the way in. And that's going to go right up to the console top there. Like that. And as you can see, they're coming out the end there. Okay, so once I've done that, what do I have to do? I've got to put some little parts on, let's turn it around, this side over here. So what I'm going to do is lie it on its side, and being very gentle. And I've got a couple of little brackets to put on. So they're going to go onto these points here. One is going on here, just like that. And the other one has got one fixed side. Whoops, which I've dropped. A thin side and a fixed side. The fixed side needs to go towards this side here. So that's going to go in there like that. And both of those are going to be held in with D screws. So let's put them in. Very interesting build. Don't know if you've... I hope you don't mind me still chatting. I can't help myself. It's the only time I get to talk to you. Let me go back to the main camera. I've heard some people complaining about the Mercedes 196 from IXO. I don't know if you've seen that group, but interesting. I was planning to do that for Agora models. It's very much laid out like the Volvo. The box is exactly the same because I've seen it. And the way it's packed in those boxes with box, you know, like pack 1 is split between box 1 and box 9. It's exactly the same as the Volvo. So, and I had issues with the Volvo with like things snapping and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit worried, I have to say. A little bit worried about that. Okay, let's get the second one in. Here's the second one. It might have just been a bad batch. I don't know. I think it was only one person complaining, but you never know. Okay, so they're in. Apparently what I've got to do now, this is interesting. Use the hex screw. Right, I'm just going to put this out of the way now. Apparently we've got a hex screw. That's this one here. Looking like that. Get this out. We're going to be using this to add a part to this. So I'm trying to figure out what that part is. This isn't making much sense. So in here, I'm going to be adding this one, I believe. Just checking both of these. Yep, this one that's got this top on like that. That's going to go onto this section just there. Making sure it's round. Yep, definitely round the right way. And then this hex screw is going through the whole thing, apparently. There you go. Doesn't actually say that we need to do anything. Join the ends of the lower wishbone arm to the rear joint of the suspension. Okay. So we've got to bring this over. I'm getting a little bit confused here. Hang on. Ah, there's going to be one at the other side as well. Right, gotcha. Let me bring that back. So the other one that we've got here, which looks like this, is going on that way round at the top. That's going on this side here. And then we need to tighten that up. And I think I've still got a thing that can do that. I have. Look. Check that out. Now, they do provide one of these things I'm using here. I think this might be too big, actually. Stand by. Oh, I don't know. Is it going in? It's not going in. They do provide one later on. But it's not biting. Got a smaller size here. Will that do? No, that size. Oh, it is that one. Yeah, they provide one of these later on, so I don't know where I got this from, but it's doing the job. Hello, Hello, Michael Ryder. How's it going? Finally managed to do a live stream. We're all good here. So there we go. That's on. Now we get to put this on. So let's get this right. So the bottom wishbone is going... That doesn't make sense. Stand by. They want one end in here. Oh, I see. And the other end in here. Let me go to the top camera like that. So we've got those in. How are we putting these in, though? The bottom slot of the shock absorber joint must be inserted into the shock absorber. Okay, so, right. Okay, so let's get this lined up. A bit all over the place at the moment. That goes in there like that. That goes into the slot. That goes in there like that. Let's move that out of the way. I think we're good. Can you see that? This is a little bit funky to do. Looking like that. I'll leave it like that, actually, because we need to put some screws through. So we're going to be using E screws, which I've got here, and they're putting them in from... Which way are they putting them in? Looks like from this side here. So let's get these in and see what happens if I can get them in. A little bit tricky. I'll turn it round because I'm right-handed here. And let's try and get them in. Now I have put the shock absorber in to where it goes, so I'm kind of in the right vicinity. This just doesn't want to bite in here for some reason. Nothing to do with this part, it's just not getting the bite. Let's try and put a bit of oil on that. Alright, it's in the hole. Not having a great deal of luck. It's so tight to this section here. Oh, I think we might... No, it's going at an angle. I don't like that. Take it out again. I'm going to use a little trick here and lift it with this. That'll keep it going in straight, and then try and get it in. That's looking better. Very hard. I could do with the... I don't think I'll be able to get the wow stick in there either. If I hold it there and then use my left hand, there we go. Look, it's slowly going in. When will you be building the Mercedes? Yes, I have the option to build the Sterling Moss one, which I'm going to try and use a bigger screwdriver. So yes, I will be. I don't know when it's actually shipping, unless you know. Because the dates that I thought things were shipping are all over the place. I thought we were getting Optimus Prime in January. Almost in that one. But I think that's coming March now. And there you go. That's that one in. I'm not overly happy with that at the moment. Just taking it out again. Because, I don't know if you've noticed... And that bit just bends out a little bit there. Let's try and get it in again. Okay, that's better. Cool, right. I need to put the other one in. I'm still not happy with that, though. I might have to come back to that. We need to put the shock absorber in. God, how are we supposed to get that in? Which, again, is an E-screw. Really? And using 3 type G screws, fasten the rear track. Right, okay, so we're going to put another E screw through the shock absorber here. Stand by. Try and get a screwdriver in here somehow. Ah, there we go, that one's going in. All right, that one's going in a little bit easier. I am taking it out again, though. Definitely need glue on these bits. Oil. You can see why we're not going to finish this stage tonight. because these bits are taking forever. Stand by. Gonna drop this in a little bit of oil. Choc survived the ordeal. What's that? Oh, yeah, God, the every parcel delivery is ridiculous. Okay, that's better. But the stand came perfect. As a matter of fact, let's get this one in a bit more. Use my bigger screwdriver. Once I've got this in, I've got another antidote for you. Make sure that's going in the other side. That's all the way through. That's perfect. Another quick antidote. Last night, Iron Man decided it was going to fall off of there. So don't put it on there. I've left it lying down for now until the legs are installed. Nothing broke, thank God. I think it's a soft floor in here, but very durable. Okay, so we got those two in. It wants me to put type G screws, which I've got somewhere here, to put these top brackets in. So I'm just going to line them up here now. I think we're good. I don't know what's happening with this sledge here. I think this is meant to go on there like that. That's good. This one here is meant to be going the other side of that, I think. So let's put that, just laying this where I think it goes. So stand by, get that out of the way. You can go in there like that. That looks good. You go in there like that. I'm happy with that. Okay, type G screws. This is tricky. This is really tricky. Let me see if I can get a bit more light on it. Tiny bit of light, bit of oil. Line this up. And once again, I'm trying to get a screw into impossible places. Can I turn that? A little bit I can, just to get a screw in there perhaps. No. Other way? No. Ah, there we go. That's got one in. These are hard to get in. Okay, one this side. Perfect. Hello, David. Have you missed much? Well, apart from the whole PC system trying to give up at the start. I tried to put a cocktail stick in the other side to line the holes up. No, I was using the cocktail stick for oil. I had some oil on it. So that's what I use that for. If in doubt, use the big screwdriver. Which, of course, it's going in now. Is now going in. Okay. We've done that one. Secure the lower wishbone arm in the rear joints. Done that. Right, I've done that one. Stand by. We're going to be using 2 G screws on this side, making sure. Now they've got this one going. I think they've got this where I've got it going. So this is going. Stand by. A little bit confusing. I did check this before I put those ones down. They're now saying this goes underneath that section. Can it go? It can. Not good. I'm going to have to blimmin' loosen this now. Because they actually want... Oh, things are just going so wrong tonight. Keep that one out. Just undo these. Oh well. Just make sure I've cut these threads properly, doesn't it? And that one. So I can lift that up a little bit. Perhaps a little bit more, perhaps. No, get over there. Perfect. Okay. Lining these ones up. Again, G screws to put these in. This is difficult. And get these in. Now it's lined up where it needs to be. They're going in a lot easier. See, so that one's in. Just need to tighten those other ones up. And one just at the top here. Excellent. Then that little silver thing here goes on top of the pin, which I'm going to show you on close up in a second. There. Get that slotted in. Come on. You can go in a bit further than that, that's for sure. Like that. Tighten up the screws in here. That's one. Could probably go back to this camera now. Two. And the one just down the bottom here, which is hard to get to. Three. Very hard to get to, but that is in place. Let me just make sure there's nothing else to put in. I think we're good. We've got this end one here to put in. They haven't asked me to put anything in that yet, which is weird. So this one here isn't attached. Everything else is. This isn't attached either. So that's still loose. They've got it going more towards the back on the picture there. Let me just go to the top camera, sorry. So that's there. I don't understand why they haven't asked me to put that one in. I'm just going to double check. Now it's time for the front track rock. Bring the 2 assembly holes into line, which I've done. The bottom plate, then secure with 2 G-type screws. I'm having a close look. They definitely haven't asked me to put that in. So I'm not going to put it in, but they want, this should be a screw in there, an E-screw I'm guessing, but no, they haven't asked me to put it in, so there you go. What do you think, Steve? You've done this, haven't you? Why hasn't it asked me to put a screw in there? Because this one on this side isn't attached. The one at the end connects the nose cone as well. Ah, right, okay, cool. That's why we've left it out. Thank you, Steve. Appreciated. Okay, so yeah, we've done one in. That looks pretty cool. I like that. That is the end of that stage, believe it or not. So let's put that to one side. That was hard. That was very hard. I'm just going to try and tidy up a bit because I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Okay, so now I'm at the stage where I haven't got any pieces out. I need to get the next stage out. So stage 46 is right here. Let's get this open. We're not doing too bad. To say everything was going wrong at the start of the stream. It happens later in this pack. Right, okay. You know what I'm like, Steve? I just think I'm missing something. So, again, we've got these little brackets. So, I've got 2 of these, I'm guessing. Yep. So, they're going to probably go on exactly like we had before. Let's get the other one out here. I've got F screws, G screws, D screws, E screws, N screws, L screws there, and I've got this little silver part. I've got 2 little silver parts there. Let's see what we're doing here. So, just like last time, I need to get a bit harder now though, because obviously we put one side in here. I need to put the brackets into these sections here. So just like last time, this one is going in here. And this one with the fixed side facing the front, I don't know if you can see that, it has got the fixed side, is going to go in that one there. And they're held in with type D screws. Got them here. Just open that up with one hand. And get these in. This, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to do this. If I turn that around like that, and then change the camera, there we go. You can see what I'm doing now. Let's get these in. Although, saying that, I can't see the holes. As soon as I've started it, I'll be good. There we go. So, one in this side. these really are struggling to get in. This is with oil. Big screwdriver. I'm going to back it out. Drive it again. Back it out. Definitely size D screws, yeah. Gonna give that a little bit more oil. They're not going in as happy as I want them to. Try again. They go in so far. It's a little pain. I have to do it this way. That's better. They're going in now. See, if in doubt, take it out and put it back in again. Okay, this one's just going into the back here. Of course, it wants to come out. The Ferrari build was a doddle. The problem with the Ferrari build was the instructions just didn't match the build. So what are you supposed to do? A lot of it was guesswork. Okay, that one's in. And we get that nice and tight as well. That one's going in a lot easier. The one at the end connects to those. Oh yeah, I've just read that. Sorry. Okay, they're both in. Happy now. A bigger screwdriver. Yeah, my PH1. You'll see me using that on the Rossi build tomorrow. Okay, so now we've done that, we've got to bring over the other one. Now, obviously the other one, which looks like this. Let's go to the main camera. We've got the wheel on. Now, Steve was telling me it's probably easier to actually take this wheel off in the next stage. Just putting this around to where it's supposed to go, like this. But I think we're going to be okay on this stage, aren't we, Steve? If I line this up where it goes, stand by. Put the shock in first, I think. Like, get in there. There you go, shock's in. Then the lower arms. Ugh. Not easy. Wow, right, hang on. You know what, I might just attach the shock in first, I think. They didn't tell me not to do that. Let's do that. How are we putting the shock in? The shock is an E, isn't it? Type. Stand by. To the rear of us, the bottom slot of the shock must be inserted into the shock absorber E. Yep, it's E. Get the E screws out. Because if the shock absorber lines up, then everything else is going to line up. I'm hoping. I mean, this is just me... I'm thinking aloud here. See that? Even if it's not tight, that needs to go in there like that. Then these can go in. I mean, that is available. It's got some movement in there. So if I can get that shock absorber in. Stand by. Of course, you've got to find the hole. Which isn't easy either. Oh, this is hard. Right, okay. If I can start that there. Exactly the same problem we had last time. That this front section, perhaps I'm putting it in from the wrong way. Perhaps it goes in from this way. It'll be a lot easier to put it in from that way. I think it does go in from that way. I was trying to put it in the wrong way. I'm going to start it running straight away here. Yeah, so it does go in that way there. Right. Try that again. So you are going in there. Screw. Damn it. Right. Try again. You are going in there. I need about 5 pairs of hands for this. The screw is going in this side, which is now in. Perfect. I'm going to screw that shock absorber in. Not all the way, because I'm going to need some play in this. Oh God, it still wants to come out. There we go. Just a little bit. Nope, it's not in. Stand by. I think you're right about this wheel. The wheel was adding so much weight to it. Get in there. What a car crash stream. Right, okay, hang on. I just want it in there just to hold that just a little bit. I think I'm there. Right, okay. If I can get a couple of screws on this, just till it bites it in, which I think it's done. I can worry about that afterwards now, because it does mean that I've now got a little bit of give in this. Push these bits up here to get this bottom arm in on both sides. 1 and 2. Okay, and they are held in with an E-screw as well. I will take the wheel off next time. I've done it now. Typical. Very stressful tonight. I need another beer. Hang on a second. Take care, Mr. Beveridge. Be good. Okay. So, let's get this one in this side here. Line it up to the hole, which I can't see. There we go. Slowly. Slowly. Get in there. Come on. It's a little bit. It's playing a bit hard to get at the moment. Not easy. If I can just get that side in. Notice I've gone onto quiet mode now because I'm getting very annoyed. I can't understand why this doesn't want to go in. It's like this section here is just stopping it, but it's not having it. I'm just looking at the base here. I think what it is, I think the screw in here I can probably get in just a little bit more. That's what's stopping it. There we go. So now when I put this one in here, again, it's going to fit further down in there. Let me change the camera. That's what the problem was. And now that should hopefully go in there. I've got the close-up camera on now, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing, hopefully. If I can get it in the hole. Problem with these blacks under this light, it's hard for me to see. Now there's no reason why that's not going in there. But it's not going in. I think we're okay, don't panic. One of these builds tonight, isn't it? That's definitely lined up. I don't understand why it's not going in. Try again. That was nasty. I'm going to change camera again. Thank you. Titanic's lovely. I like the models that are already done for you, so you don't have to worry about them. There's no reason. I just cannot get this in. Cannot get this in. Panics, yeah, I'm panicking. Look, it goes in fine now, but as soon as I add this to the equation, it just don't want to know. it's like something stopping it. Just looking at where I've been screwing in. Hang on a second. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a cotton picky a minute. I think we've got a little problem here. Let me check something. Wrong input. Stand by a minute. Okay. Just looking at this again and comparing it to the other side. Okay. The problem we've got, I might have to hold on to this for a minute. I'm going to have to... Right. I'm going to think. I need to think about this. Oh, sorry. I didn't change the camera. I've got a problem. We've got a problem. I'm going to show you. Sorry, I didn't change the camera over. Okay, the problem is, this is why it's not going in. Can you see? There's no hole. I'm going to need to drill a hole out there. There's no hole whatsoever in that piece. Now, I did wonder, have I got it round the right way? And I've just compared it to the one that we've got on the other side there. But let me go back to this camera. Look, there's no hole. It's just solid. What you're seeing there is just the paint. So, So I'm going to have to get this part in the drill press and drill that out to get that in, which I'm not going to be able to do now. What a pain. I'll have to do that afterwards. So what do we do? Well, I think the best thing to do is to take out the shock again. So this bit's loose. Keep these E screws handy. Whoops. One there. Just got and taken out the blinking this section here. One second, I need to put this back in now. This goes in here. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Just like that. And then I need to push this into where that goes as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to definitely. You can't even see any light through it. It's just a solid piece of metal, apart from the paint which I've taken off of it. Again, you can't see that. Look. What a pain. Okay. Well, what do we do now? I need to put this bit back on. I can't remember how this bit went, to be honest with you. It went like the other one. So that's going in here, front like this. Putting this one back in. Stand by. There you go. But yeah, what do you think of that? It's definitely the right part because I mean it came with the wheel. Is it this wheel is just what we've put on, but it's got a wheel on it. But I thought that perhaps I've got this round the wrong way, but this bit, I mean, look at the back of it. It's solid. Absolutely solid. We're looking at this side here. Solid. It's very strange. Have you ever seen anything like that? I don't think it's paint, is it? Stand by. It's not paint. It's just solid metal. I will be drilling it out, but I want to do it on the drill press because it's I need it to be. I can't damage this part. So if I put it on the drill press, at least I know it's going central through there, and then that will go in. But I'm lucky I didn't cut myself trying to get that in. That's crazy. I've got the screws here. The screws are okay. But yeah, I am going to chill out now. Thank you, John's Model Maker, and have a beer. That was crazy. I just want to make sure I'm not losing anything else. What else we got to do? Once we put that side on, it wants me to put the other wheel on. Have I got another wheel? Yes. It wants me to put the other wheel on. So then we've got the front of the car done. So once I've drilled that out, I'll put that on. And then I think next time we'll be ready to start with stage 47. See, I told you we weren't going to get to stage 47, Steve. It's not good. I don't understand why that is. I've seen something like that before, but normally it was paint in there. I've had one where the leopard tank, you know, the holes in the tracks, that wasn't through, so I had to put that through the drill press to get it out. But this hasn't even got a remnants of where a hole would have been. That's what's weird about it. And it's definitely matching it up to what we've got on the other side. It's definitely the right way around. Because even on the other side, both of them have got holes in each side of this wishbone. But yeah, that's a puzzler. Luckily, I've got a drill press, Dave, so don't panic. Everything is going to be good in the end, and we'll get that working. Well, see, on these Patreon streams, we always get the fun, don't we? Yes, sorry, Pete. I didn't realise I changed it. This is what happens when I get so stressed. I get stressed and I'm like, well, why isn't that going in? I didn't even think to check the actual part. So, you see, it doesn't all go plain sailing. When I do the editing on all these daily videos, it looks like everything goes right. But as you've seen tonight, yeah, not so much. But it would be nice to have two wheels on the car, that's for sure, on the front of the car. And by the end of it, as Steve says, we get to put the nose cone on as well. You didn't have that issue? Yeah, it's weird. I've got a hole in one side. You can probably see my skin through it, you see. But the other side is just got where I've been trying to get a screw through it. But, yeah. Not going to be able to do that unless I've got a hole there. All fun. But there you go. That was tonight's live stream. I don't know. These parts are moulded, aren't they? So they're zinc moulded. So unless there's something gone wrong in the moulding process, I don't know. But all I'm hoping that, I mean, I've got some metal screw bits. I need to do, what I'm going to do is do a small hole first, way too small, and make it bigger rather than going with a big hole. Because the last thing I want to do is break that metal and then you're not going to be able to secure it at all. But yeah, check that wishbone out. The other one was fine, so I don't know what's going on with that one. But, well, you've seen it now. But anyway, this is looking great, isn't it? Look, the way we've got that on at the moment, you can kind of see how it's going to go. I've already got the front section here ready to go as well, which will eventually go on those bits that Steve was talking about on the front there. So, gives you an idea. Whoops, more up that way. If I line that up, gives you an idea where it's going to go on there. So by the end of this stage, it's coming together. The only other thing that we've got left over from last time was this part of the fire extinguisher, which they haven't asked us to do anything with yet. So I've kept that safe. But tonight I will continue to make sure issues 46 is done. I won't continue anymore, I promise. We'll do that next next week's Patreon stream. We'll go on to issue 47. When everything's going to look absolutely perfect. At the end of stage 46, just so you know, if I go over to the map here, I keep saying the map because that's what I call this tab. This is where we're up to. We're just putting these screws into the side here on this side. As you can see, the wheel's already in this side. Look, you can see the chat there on YouTube. We're going to put the other wheel on, so by the end of it, it should look like that when it's done. Whether it does is another thing. And then it looks like we've got some of the steering rack there to put on. So there you go. But how many stages in this one? So that's, if we finish tonight, 47, 48. So I'll have 6 stages to do next week. That's not too bad, is it? Have you heard OS Stock Workshop selling full kit builds? Nope. What the fuck, Wednesday? Oh. Do you reckon they're drilled out though, Chris? I reckon they're moulded. They've got to be moulded, surely, with a hole in them. I don't think they would have been drilled out. I'm supplying you faulty materials. No, it's a challenge, David. It will be all working. Nothing that can't be fixed. Yeah, I think taking the wheel off's probably the way to go as well. Because, I mean, you saw me struggling with the weight of it. It's not so much the it's not very I can't say it. It's not very in the way-ish. If you take the wheel off, it's going to make it a bit lighter, so you'll be able to manage it. This stage comes with a lot of screws as well, so I'm glad that I didn't take them all out the bags, because trying to bag them up now is going to be a bit fun. But, I mean, what I've got, I don't know if it's in here, actually. Let me just have a quick check. I will start it off with this little bad boy here. You've seen this before. And I've got some fuse wire trapped in it by the look of it, so stand by. And what I'll do is I'll create a tiny hole with that screw there. Let me show you how this works. Put that in like this. Create a tiny hole there. Let's do that now. We might be able to do that now. We've got 5 minutes. Okay, so let's show you how this works. This is great. This was like £12 off of Amazon. Okay, so the piece that I want to bring out here will be this piece here, and I want to line up a screw that side, just a little indent, and do one on this side as well. I've got something to bite the drill press when I put that through. It's solid all the way through, this is. Look, it's completely solid. But at least I've centered it now. I've done sort of like a hole punch. So I reckon, just having a look at the hole that I've got there, we're looking probably about a 2mm hole. I've got a 2mm bit. And I'll get that in and go away through. Having to make your own parts on this. But you get the idea. That's how it works. Brilliant piece of kit that is, I have to say. This is pretty much what if I'm not using that, I use the grinder that you saw. What's going on here? I'm all tangled up. I use the grinder that I used on the Enterprise, so that works as well. But for big jobs in metal, you really are going to need the drill press to do the full going through the whole metal. I'm not going to rush it. What I've done is I've made a center point now, so when the drill goes in, it's going to go straight through and true. We're happy. I'm going to leave it there now before Mrs. Wayne has to rescue me. You're right, with the bandages, and I've got no cuts tonight, although it almost got close to that stage. But that's why you watch these Patreon streams. They're entertaining when things go completely wrong. Dentist PTSD incoming. Oh, bless you. Okay, so look, what I'll do is I'll get this done. From next week, we'll do issue 47. And next week's going to go absolutely perfect. The internet's going to work. The computers are going to work. There's going to be no problems with the parts. Everyone's going to be happy. Listen, take care of yourselves. See you later.